Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will be making an IRCTC homepage redesign. So let's have a look on what we will be building today. So this is what we will be building today. It's an IRCTC homepage redesign. So I'll be dividing this video in 4 parts. The first part would be the nav bar. The second part is the book train ticket. The third part is recent searches, and the last and the fourth part is holidays. So let's begin. I have already created an IRCTC underscore home.html page. So let me make an HTML template first. HTML:5 and we'll press enter. I'm sorry. HTML:5 and press enter. In the title, let me write IRCTC ticket booking. Now we have to import 3 libraries. So the first one is from Google Fonts, and that is the Roboto font. The second one is Font Awesome for icons, and the third one is Bootstrap. So I'm just copying the whole link tag and I'll paste it here. So now I have imported Roboto font, Font Awesome and Bootstrap. So let's begin with the design. First we will give a style tag, and inside that we will give the basic HTML and body styling. First is margin 0, second would be padding 0, box sizing border box, and overflow X would be hidden. I'll give it a position relative and a background color of white. Now let's make the first section, that is the nav bar. So for that I'll give a nav tag, and the ID of that tag would be, let's say, Nav Fixed. We'll be making a fixed navigation bar, so I'm giving it the name Nav Fixed. Let's style this first. So for the Nav Fixed, we'll give it a position as fixed. Width is obviously 100% of the screen. Border bottom would be 1 pixel solid and a light gray color. Padding would be 10 pixel. Let's give it 10 pixel from top and bottom and 0 pixel from left and right. Now let's give it a background color of white again, and a text color of black. Font weight bold, and a text transform uppercase. Now let's make the nav fixed. Okay, let's not make the fixed navigation bar. Let's make it scrollable. So let's give it a relative position. When you check the IRCTC website, the navigation bar is actually not a fixed navigation bar. So that's what I am following. I am giving it a scrollable navigation bar. Inside navigation, we'll give it a container. It's a Bootstrap class. It will bring everything in the center. Then we will give an h4. I'm sorry, we don't need that here. I'll be using Flexbox and one more class, that is justify content between. Inside this we will be giving an image tag. This will be our IRCTC logo. Let's give it a width of 50 pixel and a height of 50 pixel. Now in the image source attribute, I'll just copy and paste. The IRCTC logo. So you can just get this logo, you can search Google and you will get a logo, and just copy its address and paste it here. Now after the image, we need a list. So I'll be giving a list of home, and let's copy this and paste it 5 more times. This would be PNR status. This would be track my train. This would be flights. This would be buses, and this would be promotions. Let's see how our website is looking right now. So I'll turn on the live server. And this is how it's looking right now. So let me just copy this and close this and open it here. So now what we have to do is we have to remove the bullets from the list items and make these list items in line. So for that we will write CSS. So just a last thing, we just put, for our account we put an image. I already have my image in the project folder and it's called myself.jpg. I'm just putting that here, and let's give it a class of account img. Now let's write the CSS for our images. So first I'll be writing CSS for the UL tag. First will be list style type, and that would be none. Now let me save this. It will remove all the bullets. Now after this we will give it a margin of 15 pixel and a padding of 0. We'll also style the list item, and let's say display, we have to give it inline, then margin 15 pixel from top and bottom and 10 pixel from left and right. Padding bottom, let's say 5 pixel, and a transition of the text color 0.3 seconds. Now let's save this. So I have to style the image as well. So after this, I'll say account img, and let's give it a border radius of 50%, a width of 50 pixel, a height of again 50 pixel, a margin top of 3 pixel, and a box shadow of 0 pixel, and 10 pixel would be the spread, and a gray color. Let's save this. So it looks better now. So I have written this wrong, so the spelling is wrong. It would be justify content between. So let's save this, and now looks good now. So in the list item over, I'll say border bottom 3 pixel solid and a blue color. We'll also give it a text color of blue and a cursor as pointer. Now let's save and check. So this is how it's looking right now. Looks good. So after this, we'll also give an active class. For the active tab, we'll give it a color blue and a border bottom of 3 pixel solid blue. Let's save this, and the home tag is actually the active tag, so we'll say class active. Let's save this, and this is how it looks right now. Now we have finished with the navigation bar. So let's start with our next section, that is our next section is the book ticket section. So let's start with this. Let's give a new section and an ID of find trains. Let's complete the HTML first, then we will style using CSS. We'll give a container, and inside the container we'll give an h4 tag, and we'll write book train tickets. Inside this we'll be using a flex box, and we'll give a class search train div. So deflex and search trains div. Inside this we'll be using flex grow property. So we'll give 4 div for each of the text boxes and a button. So the first one would be div, and let's give it a style of flex grow. Let's give it 4. Just copy this and paste it 3 more times. These two would be for from location and to location input, and these two would be, one would be for the date, and the last one is for search button. So we will give this as flex grow 2. It's actually the ratio which this div would take on the screen. So I am giving it 4 4 and 2 2. Inside this will be given an input, and class would be form input, and a placeholder as from location. Let's copy and paste it inside the second div. This would be to location. Inside the third one also, we'll give placeholder as select date, and in the last one we'll give a button with a class of search btn. Now let's style using CSS. Let's save this and see how it looks. So this is how it looks right now. So let me apply CSS now. So first, for the fine tweens div, sorry, the fine tweens, it's actually fine tweens. So let me give it a margin of 30 pixel from top and bottom, and 0 from left and right. Now let's give it a text color as gray. Now for the search tweens div, I'll be giving a margin of 5 pixels from top and bottom, and 0 from left and right. I'll also give a padding of 5 pixels and 0. Now for each div inside search tweens div, we'll give a position as relative, a height as 100%, and a margin as 0 from top and bottom, and 5 pixels from left and right. Now let's save this. Alright. Now we will style the form input. So let's give it a height of 55 pixel, a background color of white. Let's give a border none, and a box shadow of 0 pixel, and a 5 pixel spread, and a gray color. Width would be 100%, And the text color, let's give it a bluish color. So RGBA, red would be 0, green again 0, blue 255, and opacity 0. Let's give it 0.7. Let's give a border radius of 5 pixel and a padding left of 20 pixel, a font weight bold, outline none, and a font size of 20 pixel. Let's save this and see how it looks. So this is how it's looking right now. So the text color is blue. Let me change the placeholder color as well. So for that, I'll say placeholder and let's give it a color same as that of the text color. Let's save this, and it looks good. Now let's style the search btn. Let's give it a width of 100%, a height of 55 pixel, border none, font weight bold, font color white, and background color blue. Let's also give a border radius of 3 pixel. Let's save this. So now it looks good. Now we also have to give a swap button for swapping the from and to location. So for that, what I'll be doing is inside this second div we'll be using font awesome, and we'll give this a class of FA exchange, and we'll also give it a class of flip icon. Now let's style this flip icon. Let's check how it looks right now. So our icon is coming below this div, so we have to bring it in the center. So for that, I'll be giving flip icon, and first the position should be absolute. Let's save this. So now it goes here. Let's give it a left of -20 pixel, a top 13 pixel, margin 0, and a padding of 7 pixel, a border radius of 5 pixel, a background color of blue, and a cursor point. Let's save this and see. So now it looks good. I guess the color is not working. Okay, I didn't give the color. So let's give it a color white, and now let's check. Yeah, now it looks good. So let's move on to the next section, that is recent searches section. So for that, again I'll be making a new section with a new section tag. Let me give this an ID of recent searches. Now again I'll be using a container. Inside this container, first I'll be giving the heading, and let's give this a class of margin bottom 3. It's a Bootstrap class, and recent searches. Let's save this, and this is how it looks. So now let's give a row and 3 columns of width 4 each. So call MD4 into 3 and press enter. So for inside this, we'll give a recent card. We'll be defining recent card in the CSS later. Inside this, we'll be giving a paragraph with the location, let's say Bangalore, and from Bangalore to, let's say, Delhi, and I'll give a font awesome icon tag, and that would be, class would be FA long arrow right. Now let's save this. So this is how it looks. Let me just copy this whole part and paste it inside both the divs. Now let's start styling the recent searches first. So again, let's give it a margin of 30 pixel and 0. And a color gray. Now the recent card. For the recent card, let me give width as 100%, padding 10 pixel, a box shadow of 0 pixel, 0 pixel, a 10 pixel spread, and a bluish color. Let me reduce the opacity to 0.4, and let's give a border radius of 5 pixel. Let's check how it's looking. Alright, so now let me style the paragraph tag inside recent card. So I'll give it a margin 0, a text align center, and let's give a font size of 20 pixel, font color black, and also a font weight bold. Now let's save and check this out. So it looks pretty good now. Let me style the icon inside recent card. Let's give it a color blue. Now let's save and check. Looks good now. We can also give a margin of 0 and let's say 5 pixel, and let's check this out. Looks good now. So I guess this section is complete and we can move on to our next section, that is the holidays section. So in the holidays section, again we'll be starting a new section tag with ID as holidays section. Now inside this, first we'll give a paragraph as the heading, and we'll be using a flex box here again with a new property, that is flex wrap. So I'll say deflex and flex wrap, and also justify content center. Inside this we'll give 3 cards and we will give it a class of holidays card. Let's copy this and paste it 2 more times. Now inside the holidays card, I'll give an image and a heading and a paragraph. That is, this is actually the image, this is the heading, and this is the paragraph, and the paragraph is actually justified. So let's see how it's done. First is the image. I'll give it a width of 100% and a height of 100%. Now for the source attribute, you can just take any image from Google, just copy the image address and paste it here. So I already have an address with me, so I'll just copy and paste it here. Now we'll give a paragraph as the class would be holiday heading, and let's write Maharaja's Express. Again a paragraph, and this time the class would be holiday para. Let's write lorem ipsum for now. I'll just copy these contents and paste it inside the other 2 cards. Let's go back to CSS and start styling the holidays section. So for the holidays section, first I'll be giving a margin of 50 pixel from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. Now for the heading, I'll say font size of 36 pixel and a font weight bold, a text align center, and color black. Let's save this and see how it looks. So this is how it looks right now. pretty ugly. So let's style the card. So holidays card, and I'll give it a width of 300 pixel, a height of 600 pixel, and a border radius of 10 pixel, and a border of 1 pixel solid, and a light gray color, a margin of 10 pixel, a box shadow of 0, 0, the spread of let's say 5 pixel, and a gray color, and I'll be writing overflow as hidden. Let's save this and let's check this out. So this is how it looks right now. So we have to make the image smaller. So for that, we'll say holiday heading, a font size of 22 pixel let's say, and a padding of 10 pixel, a font weight bold, a text align center, a color black, and a padding bottom as 0. So for making the image smaller, we can actually go to the image and change the height as let's say 70%. Let's save this and check this out. So this is how it's looking right now. So let me style the paragraph also. So I'll say holiday para. I'll give it a padding of 10 pixel, a text align of justify, and a text justify as interword. Let's save this and check this out. So yeah, it looks good right now. Let me increase the lorem ipsum text to 15. Now save this and check this out. Looks much better now. So that was it for this video. I am not making the footer. I am leaving it to you all for making the footer. So alright, let me give you an idea of how to make the footer. So let me open IRCTC website and let's check the footer of IRCTC website. So the footer is actually divided into 4 columns. So for making this, what you can do is you can start a footer tag. Inside this a container. Inside the container you can give a row, and inside that call MD3 into 4. So these will be the 4 columns, and you can just write the stuffs which are written here. So this is how footer would be implemented. So that's actually only the idea of how footer would be implemented. So just try it out yourself and let me know in the comments below if you face any problem. So thanks for watching.